Morning. Here we go. Regular hip width stance. Check the posture, check your tailbone, lift from the heart, relax. Take a few deep breaths. Let go of tension. And standing nice and tall and feeling strong and rooted in the legs, just start swinging the arms. Jaw softly closed, tongue resting on the top of the mouth behind the top teeth. Face is relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, down into the lower abdomen. And what we're doing here is just kind of warming up the physical body and warming up the core through the breath. As you breathe in, feel it expanding into the lower abdomen and feel that warmth. And then exhaling through the nose, allowing the abdomen to contract, feeling like we're squeezing out any stuck or stagnant energy. And bring the hands up. And I know I say this a lot, but having the feeling of like little weights gently pulling down the elbows really allows for this whole shoulder, chest, and upper back structure to feel relaxed, which is what we want. And then just begin turning, pivoting on the back foot, lifting back heel. Continuing to breathe deeply and allowing good space and openness to come into the back. And bring the hands down to hip level. Planting the feet. To center. Remember when we're warming up the body and building up the chi, we're really focusing on each area So as we're doing this, focusing on the area of the dantian, the lower bladder, the lower back, being stimulated by these little hits and taps. And then up here, the area of the lungs and heart being stimulated. So visualizing that helps, feeling like you can feel the lungs and the heart expanding and filling up with that good, fresh, healing energy. And then when we go through our series of tapping, just waking up each area and visualizing those areas filling up, expanding, vibrating with good, fresh healing chi. It's really helpful to me to have that visual connection in my mind. So now, moving into horse stance. And remember that this is a really dynamic posture. Really gets the chi going in the legs. And since you're able to personally take yourself up out of the stance when it gets too intense, then that helps kind of with the psychology of it, not suffering through it until I stand up. You can stand up at any time. Really ground the feet and get into a powerful and strong stance here. And then relax. Relax everywhere else that you can. Make sure that the tailbone is pulling down, that the lower abdomen is really what we're breathing into to sort of facilitate that openness, relaxation, and chi flow. Begin with the hands up. Relax the face. Settle in. Arms out, palms down. Control the breathing. It really diverts your attention away from what's happening in the legs. Let that move up into the belly, palms up. Palms out. Palms out. Making little micro adjustments in the spine, in the posture to feel stacked. Palms down, letting that chi rain down over the body like a shower. Deep breath in. Exhale. Stand up, walk the feet in, inhale. Exhale. Really working with that feeling of chi, really very present now, and moving it throughout the rest of the body, letting it float up into the stomach, into the chest, into the shoulders, up into the head. It's a really great way to get the chi flowing immediately, and then to be able to work with that and move it over here, move it over there, let it expand into the body. Now, starting with the dantian. Behind the knees. Recline joint. Side hips. the outside. Fingers to the back of the neck, standing up nice and tall, nice and open in the heart and chest. Round to the front temples, corners of the eyes, and along the jaw. Forehead, top of the head. Bring the hands together, build up some heat. Just kind of wash over the face, pulling down the ears. Do that like 3 times, just kind of massaging over the outside of the ear and down the lobe. Massaging the base of the neck and pulling down. Good. Start at the wrist. Bring up, and then turn the palm up and go down. So I'm coming up the wrist as I inhale, exhale as I go down. Just do that about a dozen times. Inhale up, exhale down. Same here. Good. Outside of the elbow. Palms up, crossing wrists, working on inner and outer gates for immune system energy. Remember to try to do this as often as you can, even just once a day when you wake up or before you go to bed. Keep the immune system energy strong, moving, and keeping that resistance up. Really important. And then, where was I? Let's do some pressure points. So we do the ears, right? So from the corners of the eyes, just slightly back, you'll find an indentation. Just kind of work the finger in there. Breathe deeply, stimulating the gallbladder and liver here. We build up a lot of frustration and anxiety and anger, and it's important to be able to release that. Some of you might be saying, what do you mean? What anger? What frustration? Just kidding. Although if you did say that, honestly, good for you. And then back here. So follow the indentation of the ear and the base of the skull back toward the center of the neck. And there's 2 little indentations here. One here, one here. Just kind of push in there. You may feel some pressure. I know I always do, because I feel like this is an area that's been recently blocked for me. It kind of creates a little bit of tension especially on my right side. I tend to get headaches, and this is a great spot to work into and relieve. It's fairly intense for me right now. Just breathe into it. And then on the leg, come down, and it's just past this little bone here. There's another little indentation on each side. Kind of work into it down a little bit. Hopefully it feels pretty good. There might be a little tenderness out there for you. Just work into it, breathe. Good. Now, we're going to continue with the pressure points, but we're going to go to the bottom of the feet. So get into a somewhat narrow stance, just slightly in of hip width. And we're just going to kind of rock back and forth and feel nice and loose in the hips. And then come up onto the toes and back on the heels, rocking back and forth and breathing. And really allowing the feet to benefit the stimulation on the bottoms of the feet, right? So all those little pressure points that are located down there, trying to get them all stimulated, happy. Breathe. Good. And then side to side, over to the right side. So outside edge of the right foot, inside edge of the left. Let the hips drift a little bit. Get a good stretch through the tendons there. And then slowly to the other side. Letting the hips drift, getting a good stretch. Breathing. Being gentle with the movement, but also allowing a pretty deep stretch. Good, back to center, and then a full circle up on the toes, over to the right, back on the heels, to the left. Hang on to something if you need, just for a little reassuring balance. Breathe. And don't forget to allow the feet to enjoy this nice stimulation. Reverse directions. Good. Shake it out. Roll up the ankles. Into slightly wider than hip width stance. Settle back into a good posture. Check the tailbone. Slightly deeper flex in the knees as we pull up the heart. And going into tiger claw, nice and slowly drawing up as we inhale. Expanding, exhale, turning and sending out. Inhaling up, exhaling out. Back to center. And then into moving the body like a river, continuing to work on opening the spine. Start off slowly, shifting the weight side to side. Elbows heavy here. And you can begin as you pick up a rhythm, you can begin to deepen the bend in the knees and widen the flow a little bit. So you're moving a little more laterally. The idea is moving fluidly, moving the body like a river. Breathe and feel the entire spine become more flexible and viable, and absorbing more energy. And back to center. And then placing the hands on the front of the hips. And having that same feeling of opening the spine from forward and back. Exhale and lead with the chin, bending forward at the waist. Tuck the chin. Roll up from the tailbone. Inhale. Exhale. You really can't do this too slowly. See how in tune you can get with your spine. And then notice that sweet spot at the top as you pick your head up last. That opening through the neck. One more time. Good. That's sort of a version of blossoming breath with the palms beginning facing up. Inhale, expand, open up the chest and the heart. And then exhale, back in. Turn the hands over, inhale. Exhale. And just settle into a nice rhythm here. Visualize the chest and heart and lungs expanding and filling up. Last one. Good. Now into windmill. Stepping forward with either foot. Doesn't matter, but for instructional purposes, with the left foot. Right foot's back, and we begin with the left hand circling up. You lean back, the toes of the left foot come up. And we turn in the shoulders. And then we lean forward as the right comes up. And just settle into a rhythm here. Shifting the weight forward and back. the middle switch. With the right foot forward, left foot back. Get comfortable. Bring the right arm up. And shift forward and back. Just settle into a good rhythm here. Breathe. Good. Come back to center, shake out the arms. Go into crane. Letting the right leg move from the hip joint. Planting this left leg. Careful not to kick your dog. Breathe. Plant the right leg. Swing the left. And then into the full movement, tracing that sort of half figure eight in the sand with the toes, and then raising, breathing and letting that good energy expand in the lower back. Each time you plant the leg, really feel that sense of rootedness and connection each time. Establish that before you go into the swinging of the leg on the other side. It's just kind of an energetic mindfulness. Good. Shake it out. Now going into another variation of crane. Narrow stance. Check the posture, check the tailbone. And as we inhale, let the arms float up, feeling like we're gently being lifted up from the wings. Expand. Exhale. Float down. Bend in the knees. Inhale. Rising and floating down. And now as we rise up, bring up a leg. Exhale, floating down. Next side. Back to center. Breathe and notice. And we'll finish this morning with sipping breath. So if you remember, taking one full, complete, deep breath in 3 stages. So first to here, and to here, then all the way up, and holding it, letting that breath sink into every part of the body, every cell. And then as we hold it here, exhaling and just kind of swaying down as we drop the arms, sort of exercising the lungs and manipulating them so that they can exchange that energy. We'll do that twice, and then the next 2 times, same thing, but at the top, we hold that breath in and squeeze all the muscles tight. And as we exhale, instead of floating down, we purge it, throw that stuck energy out. Okay, let's begin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. And sip in. Sip in again. Sip in all the way up and hold. Let it sink in deeply. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Pushing down gently. Relaxing breath in. Exhale all the way out. And sip in. Sip in again. Sip in all the way up and hold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Relaxing breath in. Exhale all the way out. And sip in. Sip in again. Sip in all the way up. Hold and squeeze. Everything's clenched tight. Hold it. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Relaxing breath in. Exhale all the way out. And sit in. Sit in again. Sit in all the way up. Hold and squeeze. Hold it. Everything's clenched tight. Hold it. Good. Now just for a minute. Using the gall. Breathe into the dantian. Feel the energy in the hands. Relax. Let this become meditative. Do you need your sweatshirt? And move the hands apart. Back together. Bring the hands to the lower back. Massage some warm energy into the lower back, kidneys. Step the feet together. Bring the hands up again. Just another bathing of the face, ears, and then come down into bamboo in the wind. Close your eyes. Breathe and notice. Setting our intention for the day, the rest of the week, the new year. Important to find the time in our practice to experience gratitude. Actually breathe in a sense of gratitude for all the many things that we have to be grateful for. And fill up with that gratitude. Breathe in and feel every part of the body expanding with gratitude. Same with health and vitality. Breathing in a sense of health and well-being and vitality, balance. Clarity. thank you all for coming. Remember again, try to do the inner and outer gates every day, every morning for a minute, and keep that immune system strong. And again, thank you guys. And check out River Qigong if you can on YouTube. It's just a fun thing that I recorded that actually made it into the interwebs. And it's just like, if anything else, it's a peaceful, tranquil visual for the middle of winter here. So
Nice.